A stuck-up return. It was a beautiful day on the soda, but the soda engines were very cross. An old rival had arrived to help, but with extra workloads, it was always stuck up. Some hat had explained to the engines that old stuck-up was the only engine available. The engines knew that they were in for a rough time. James and Henry were at Titmus sheds, while they heard old stuck-up's horn. "Oh, bother! Here he comes," grumbled Henry. Old stuck-up arrived at Titmus shed. He had a big grin on his face. "What are you so happy about?" asked James. "Oh, nothing," said old stuck-up. "But since you asked, I just pulled an extremely heavy goods train and arrived at Brenham Docks right on time. A few workmen told me I'm a very dependable engine." "Sure you are," grumbled Henry. "Ah, yes," continued old stuck-up. "It'll be a matter of time that you dirty, smoky, slow things will be taken out of service and replaced by strong and dependable diesels like me." James and Henry rolled their eyes. Just then, old stuck-up saw Toby passing by. "Ha!" chuckled old stuck-up. "That small old tram engine should have been taken out of service years ago. He's helped us out before. If you're not careful, you'll need his help soon enough." "Pah!" snorted old stuck-up. "As if I need help from a pitiful tram engine." James had enough. He steamed crossly away. Henry followed shortly after. "Well, looks like I have just all to myself," chuckled old stuck-up. After an hour passed, Edward arrived at Titmus shed. Old stuck-up didn't say anything. He just gave Edward a dirty look and sped away. "He hasn't changed a bit," depressed him. "What do you expect? He's a spiteful diesel that will never change," snorted Gordon. "What he needs is a good bump off the rails," said James. "I can help with—" "James, you will not bump him off the rails," interrupted Edward. "It will not solve the problem." "Edward's right," said Henry. "Sooner or later, old stuck-up will get his comeuppance." The next morning, Gordon's fire would not light, which means another engine would have to pull the express. James was certain he was going to pull the express today, but to his dismay, Sir Topham Hatt chose old stuck-up. Toby was at Napper Station. He was going to take some passengers to Cadden Castle. Just then, old stuck-up arrived. He looked at Toby and Henrietta and laughed. "You call that a couch? She looks more. She's better off as a hen house." Old stuck-up sped away with the express. Toby was livid. Late in the afternoon, Toby headed off to the dairy. He arrived, he noticed there was a long line of cream tankers, and he heard a familiar horn. "Oh, it's him again," groaned Toby. Sure enough, old stuck-up arrived and coupled up to the cream tankers. "So you're going to be pulling 4 trucks, I see. How pitiful," said old stuck-up. Toby was losing his patience. "Does it matter?" "Of course it matters. Hey, look at me. I'm going to be pulling 15 tankers. I'm a useful engine after all." "Oh?" Toby asked innocently. "Is crashing up to his shed useful?" Old stuck-up went red in the face and fumed away. "Who does that Tramerton think he is?" grumbled old stuck-up. "I'll show him. I'll show everyone that I'm a dependable and useful engine." "Take it easy," cautioned his driver. But old stuck-up wasn't listening. Old stuck-up was approaching Gordon's Hill. Then, Old Stuckup noticed he was approaching the tight bend. Bricks, blocks and buffers cried, Old Stuckup. I must slow down, I must. But it was too late. Old Stuckup derailed. The first 5 tankers were in pieces and cream was all over Old Stuckup. James was passing by with the slow goods. Well, well, well. Looks like Old Stuckup got creamed today. Not funny, murmured Old Stuckup. It wasn't long when Henry arrived with Julie and Jerome. Toby arrived as well to take the undamaged tankers away. Once Old Stuckup was back on the rails, Henry took him to the diesel works where Tom Hunt was waiting for him. You are a very vile engine, scolded Tom Hunt. You will return home at once. He turned and walked away. 3 days had passed, and Old Stuckup was prepared and heading home. Old Stuckup stopped at Vicarstown Station. Toby, Henry, and James were there too. Did you hear what happened? Asked James innocently. What happened? Toby. A certain deal recently got creamed, laughed James. Looks like he's cheesed off, laughed Henry. Toby, Henry, and James had a good laugh, while Old Stuckup sucked.